form? We're all set. I got to answer some emergency calls, okay?
All right, guys, we're back again with another video. Today we are outside the Amherst Police Department. It is a Saturday, so they probably will have restricted access, but we're going to see how this goes. We're going to come in here and check and see if they have officer complaint forms, officer accommodation forms, and other things, and we'll see how this goes, if we can even get inside right now. Are you in line?
No, go ahead.
How you doing, sir?
Okay.
Yeah, you have a officer complaint form available?
Hold on a minute.
Does that happen to be an officer accommodation form as well?
You just filled that out.
Does it happen to be an officer accommodation form as well? Is that also on there? Like, some are both.
No, sir. But if you want to write a letter, you can do that to the Amherst Chief of Police.
All right, is that a lieutenant or sergeant available that's back there?
No, sir, he's not, unfortunately.
There is no lieutenant available?
You got the form? We're all set. I got to answer some emergency calls, okay?
All right, appreciate it. So they're not real helpful over here at the Amherst Police Department. This guy didn't really want to help us out. He did, but kind of didn't. All right, guys, we're back again with another video. Today we are at the Amherst Municipal building. Going to be turning in our FOIL request and see how this goes. Thank you. I need to turn in a Freedom of Information Act request.
Okay, hang on one second.
Yeah, I need to turn in a Freedom of Information Act request. And you get that timestamp, get a copy.
Sure.
There you are. Oh, I need to sign that stuff. You have a pen? And then I was curious about the question here for mailing or pickup. Is there an extra fee for mailing?
Hold on one second. I'm sorry.
So there's a question here about mail or pickup. Is there an extra fee to have it mailed? Is it easier to have it picked up?
Depends how large it is, because it is usually 25 cents a copy. If they have to copy a big stack of papers for you.
I'm just looking for body cam footage and dash cam footage, so.
Okay, unfortunately, I'm not the police department. I will forward this to them, and they will call you and let you know what the process is.
Right,
Okay?
but I just need to get a time stamped and a
Yeah,
copy.
I'll make a copy for you.
Thank
No
you.
problem. You got it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna give you back the original.
All right.
I have a copy timestamped for me, and that's timestamped for you.
Appreciate it.
And you might wanna go over there to, the police, department on John James. It might speed up the process if you go over there, but I'm gonna do what I do usually. And then if you wanna drive over there and take it in, they can maybe process it faster for you. Maybe give it to you right away.
Okay,
If you wanna try, okay?
thank you, ma'am.
All
I
right, thank
appreciate
you.
that.
No problem.
You guys have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Oh, here's your pen back.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. Says no smoking right there, but it smells like cigarettes in here. Human resources down here. Vital Statistics Office. Contract Compliance.
Hi.
Hello.
You looking for?
No, just lost a little bit. I just got turned around.
Okay, you know which way out?
Yeah, we're going back this way.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Comptroller's Office. Planning Board. Building Maintenance. Some restrooms. Building Department. Electrical and Plumbing Division. The Assessor's Office. that one's gonna about do it for the Amherst Municipal building. Turned in our FOIL request. They were polite and respectful in that office. Never once asked us why we were filming or if we would stop. Go back in here and see if we can get a complaint form or accommodation form yet. See if they can better serve us this time.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? Can I get an officer complaint form and an officer, if you have one, an accommodation form?
There's an officer complaint form. Did you need like a FOIL request you're saying, or what? I don't know exactly what the other one is.
So you have an officer complaint form, but I'm hoping that you have one that would, be applicable if an officer did a good job so that he can be accommodated for his good service.
Well, I can ask the officer back here.
I'd appreciate it.
Here's your form.
Thank you.
There is no form. You just write a letter to the chief explaining why the officer did a good job.
Just write a letter? Is there happen to be a lieutenant or anybody here on duty at the moment?
Yes, there is.
Can I speak to one?
Okay, he will be right up.
Thank you. Have a great day.
What can I do for you?
How you doing, sir?
Good.
Can I get your name, badge number, so I know who I spoke with?
Sure, Lieutenant Klein,
Lieutenant Klein? What's your badge number?
402.
All right. So I was hoping that you guys might have some sort of form like you do for a complaint process, but for like an accommodation. When you have an officer that is out in the field doing good work and needs to be recognized, I was looking online trying to see if you had like a PDF form or something, like an online form. But like she said, you could write a letter to the chief.
Right.
But I also would like to let you know that Officer SEIFERT is an outstanding officer.
Oh, good.
I had an
Okay.
interaction with him at an incident at MEDMEN a couple weeks ago, October 30th. And he was called to a scene where I was doing some public photography. And he seemed like either he is well-trained or he's educated himself a little farther on his own.
That's excellent.
And I'd like for him to be acknowledged. People, they see officers all the time, they do a bad job, that sticks out. But I don't know how often you guys get compliments when your officers are out doing good work.
I appreciate that.
Officer SEIFERT, he's one of a kind because obviously you can tell what this is about, what's going on here.
Okay.
And then I had another incident a week later with badge 125.
Okay.
He refused to identify himself other than the badge number. I understand that it's all you guys require at this time, but he was asking me for my name, my first name and last name, and since I wouldn't identify, because I wouldn't surrender my Fourth Amendment rights, he decided he was just done. He wasn't going to talk to me no more, told me I had to call the police station, wasn't respectful, cordial at all. And, there's a difference between, they're both from the same department,
Right.
supposed to be receiving the same training. One retained it, one didn't.
Right.
So, I'd like to get a complaint form so I can follow that up, and I got that.
Okay.
But, if, people could more, and your department could conduct themselves the way Officer SEIFERT does when they address the public, it would really go a long ways. If you'd like, I can leave you a business card. People in the comments on these videos on YouTube have recommended that, like, Officer SEIFERT go to the academy so that he could train other officers to be as respectful as he is.
That's awesome.
And I did leave a review on your Facebook page. The video has been attached to your guys' Google page and Facebook page, showing the difference between both videos on how I believe and the public and we the people in Erie County think that Officer SEIFERT did an outstanding job, and you know, our community could really stand to have more officers conduct themselves that way. So I absolutely want to, you know, bring it to your attention, make sure you're aware if you're not already.
Yeah, I don't get to work with Officer Seifert, so it's great to hear.
And so if you could pass that along to his supervisor as well. I mean, if I need to write a letter to the chief, I'm going to do that also, but I was hoping that you guys had a form like at the complaint process.
They haven't created one yet.
All right, but it could be something that you guys could do, because it's something that I think is going to be happening more and more across the state with the way things are going. So maybe you could mention that to your superiors, that we could get an accommodation form readily accessible to the public. You know, just something that we could turn in and you guys can get the good stuff too, not just the bad stuff.
Exactly, I appreciate that.
All right, sir? Yeah, absolutely. I have one. I'll put it right here in the box for you. Yep. There you go, sir. I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you.
You guys have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Safe.
Clean, smells good in here. That lieutenant was, as you can tell, very polite. And we got our officer complaint form. We already got the FOIL request when we were here earlier. As we can see, this time in here at Amherst Police went a little bit better than it did earlier. Amherst Police.